Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that jump was crazy, man. I promise you, man. Oh, he was standing in front of the TV looking like a psycho, man. I promise you, he had the remote in his hand. He had looked angry. He looked like he was really pushing something at Jimbo. Now, we just so happened to all be coming back together. So it looked like he kind of was, like, you know what I mean? Like, he talking, but he looking. He like, yeah, I watch what I want to watch. If I want to watch more, I'm going to watch more. Yeah. And he looked evil. I ain't gonna lie. For real, did it look like a threat? Me, if I was Jimbo, I probably would have looked at it like, yo, who you talking to? But I ain't got nothing to do with the TV game, man. So I already knew he wasn't talking to me and my homeboys. So I kind of like walked in and seen it. I looked at my homeboy looked at me. He was like, we go by ourselves. He was like, man, what's up with old school? I was like, man, old school tripping. I was like, he wild. He was looking at us. So I don't know who he talking about, man. So I'm like, man, it jumped crazy, man. So it was wild because when we walked back in, when I go up the steps, I see it's a dude up there. It was one dude up there that I rocked with from Richmond. I ain't gonna lie. And me and him was cool, we was on the other side together, so now we on this side, but he was on actually in 30 building as well, so he knew me. I used to do business with him, he used to do business with me. Me and him was cool, so when I got over there, I had hollered at him a couple times. He had a jack, you know what I mean? He was from Richmond, he had a jack. He let me use his jack when I had got over there because I was trying to clean some numbers. He had bought some work, so me and him had a job, decent kind of like, friendship, like I would let him do the same thing he let me do as far as rock with the jack if he needed me to. Like if I get some la he needed, I'll play fair with bro, because if he be like, let me get it until then or such and such, his word is good, I'll play dumb fair with him. So like me and him was cool without even kicking it every day. Like when we see each other in the park, we're like, yo, what's up, bro? What you doing? Like it was like that, but like it never was like me and him kicking it. I'm in his cell, he in my cell. Nah, we was cool like without doing that. So as I'm coming up the steps going back to my cell, I look, he's standing by my cell on the railing like where I be standing at. So I see him right there now. Beside me is a dude from Northern Virginia, and I think his roommate was from Portsmouth. There was a couple of other dudes, and there was a dude from I want to say it was a dude from Petersburg in the first cell. So dude standing by my jump. So I walk up, I see him. He gave me the look like, what's up? I was like, oh, what's up? What you talking about? He was like, man, nah, let me holler at you right quick, Sean. I was like, what's up? He was like, let's go in the room. I was like, all right. So went in my room. As soon as I walked in the room, he was like, hey, look. He said, man, do you know y'all old head about to try to fight our old head? I was like, nah, you mean that's the other way around, bro? I said, because when we just came back from Childish now, bro, Frank was at the front of the TV looking like a maniac, bro. Frank was out there gritting on us and talking about he gonna watch what he wanna watch. I said, hold on, bro. Before you say anything else, I don't care about what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with the TV, man. You know what I mean? I said, the only thing I will intervene in if somebody try to bank, you know what I mean, old head Jimbo, man. That's the only thing. He was like, bank. He was like, man, them dudes, oh, shot, hey, wait, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He said, I'm doing my thing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm letting you know now. He said, the only reason I'm over here right now is because Frank came and hollered at my roommate. He's like, my roommate is like he said, my roommate is like his nephew. So like, I was in the room when he came to talk about it. He was like, dude, talking about, he can't watch this on TV. He can't watch that on TV tomorrow. I said, bro, do you know, did he tell you what he want to watch tomorrow? He's like, nah, he just told us the dude told me we can't watch the TV. I said, nah, bro. I said, guess what he want to watch tomorrow? He was like, what? I was like, Maury Povich. She was like, Maury? So what? Everybody watch Maury. Charlotte, what you talking? I said, nah. Tomorrow, Maury got a special show, man. I said, Maury's show tomorrow going to be about if this is a man or a woman type of show, man. He got Transformers up there, all type of stuff going bananas, man. You know what I mean? I said, me personally, I'm not knocking nobody that watch it. I said, because it's not like you're a freaking shake, rattle, and roller if you watch it. But at the same time, though, I'm not going to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't care to watch it. So he like, Transformers. I was like, yeah, bro. Like, he got people in the crowd guessing is this a man or a woman. Somebody will come out like this is a Miss America pageant and walk the stage, and some people in the crowd guessing, men and women. He was like, man, that's crazy. He ain't tell me all that. I was like, yeah. Our old head was like, You know, like he ain't going for it because he ain't trying to watch it or whatever. I was like, either way, it's stupid, bro, on both sides, man. I said, because they don't supposed to be arguing over no TV that ain't theirs. I said, bro, look right here. What you see right there? He was like, what, a TV? I said, man, I got my own TV, man. I had my TV. I had the box on the bottom of my bed with the 13-inch sitting on top of that. So when I lay down, the TV's directly in front of me. I'm chilling, man. I'm not worrying about no TV in the pod, y'all. So boom. But still, though, man, like, if bro over here, then it might be a little bit serious. Not like serious what y'all thinking, but maybe just he you know, on Lawrenceville, I told y'all, dudes is always trying to iron stuff out unless they don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, but majority of people trying to iron stuff out because any hot activity gonna make the joint hot. Then stuff gonna be happening. So he over there for that. He trying to put out a fire slightly. You know what I mean? So we like, man, that's crazy. He ain't tell me about that. He was like, I'm about to go holler at him though, man. He was like, man, for real though, Weezy, man. Like you just tell your old head, chill out, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, listen, I told him, bro. I said, the only thing I told you, I'm not getting in it unless somebody tries. He was like, bro, listen, shorty, nobody gonna bank. I said, man, look, that's the only way I said I was getting in. And you know your word good with me, so I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He was like, man, I'm about to go holler at him, though, man. He was like, that's crazy. He didn't tell me all of that, though, man. I said, bro, he hid that from you because maybe he didn't want you to think that he was trying to watch that show. I said, oh, don't get me to lie, bro. I said, man, but I don't know, though, man. I said, still stupid, though, man. He was like, all right, so he dipped out. He left out the cell. He went on. When he left out, I was staying to say, I thought about it. I'm like, man, I was like, this is a funny, prison was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. Prison was a crazy place to be for those 16 years I was there, man. But it was just so much funny stuff. Y'all know how I am. It was just so much funny stuff happening in there, man. Almost every day. It was just, this right here was funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. This was funny to me because this was like in between. Like a part of me was like, yo, Weezy, when that show come on tomorrow, stand out on the top tier by yourself and scan everybody. I'd have been like this on the top tier. Shake, roll, roller, he's cool. Shake, roll, he's cool. Shake, roll, roller, shake, roll, roller. Shake, roll, roller. So boom, that jump would have been crazy, man. So I couldn't even. You know what I mean? Like this was slightly hilarious to me, man. Like I was saying to myself, like, man, these dudes can't be serious, man. But still though, man, like I say, long as they don't bank Jumbo, I don't care. You know what I mean? So I finally came out the cell. I step out the cell. When I step out the cell, I see the same dude that was in my cell for Richmond. He down there talking to Frank. But he a little bit by his cell. Dude slept like kind of like in the back corner on the bottom tier. You know what I mean? So when I come down the steps, I hear him telling Frank, man, why you ain't tell me you trying to watch the Maury? Is that a man or a woman show, shawty? Why you ain't tell me that? Why you ain't tell me that? Frank was like, man, I ain't got to tell you nothing. Why I got to tell you something? I ain't got to tell you nothing, shawty. What do you mean? I watch what I want to watch. I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. If I want to guess if that's a man or a woman, I'm going to guess if it's a man or a woman. Bro was like, man, look, man, I don't care what you do, man. I'm just letting you know, man. Don't be starting stuff in here, because you know I already know what it is, da-da-da-da. He going in on him. So Frank was like, man, all right, man. Frank waved him off and went and sat by the TV and started watching the news. He looking at the news. Frank ain't think about that, man, because Frank gonna watch that show tomorrow. That's what it is, man. So Jumbo, I ain't say nothing to him, but my homeboys putting the battery in his back the whole time. They put the battery in his back, man. I told him to chill out, but they keep putting the battery in his back, man. So my homeboy like, yo, man, you let Frank was talking that crazy stuff when we walked in, man, talking about he still gonna watch. When he go, Jimbo was like, man, I'm not watching more. I will fish tank that TV before I watch more. He was super loud, so everybody like nobody in here fish tanking the TV in years, y'all. So boom. We in penitentiary, man. Don't nobody TV get fish tanked, man. People that don't know what fish tank is, man. Fish tank is pouring the water in the TV, man. Turning it into something that looks like a fish tank afterwards. That's what your TV gonna be after they put water in. It's gonna be a fish tank game, man. So to hear Jimbo say he'll fish tank the TV, man, was crazy. Everybody looked back like, you like, y'all fish tank that junk before I live. Yeah, yo, I ain't watching that, man. No, I ain't watching that, man. He was snapping out. I seen how serious he was. Like he was like going overboard with it, like going crazy. And like my man, like, yo, calm down, man. I was just messing with you, Jimbo. He like, no, I ain't watching that, man. I ain't, man. What? Look, I ain't got no TV, man. I ain't got no TV, so I watch this TV. I can watch this TV like anybody else who ain't got one. I'm gonna watch this TV, man. I ain't watching nothing like that, man. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. Like, he was going so crazy, blacking out. That's my word. It was him, my man, and I was like over here a little bit. But I'm just looking at him from the side as he blacking out, and I'm just like, there's a possibility when he did his first bid. I was like, maybe that's the reason he's so angry, y'all. So boom, I don't know what it was, but I had to scan him, man. Why is this man snapping about this crazy? Like, if you had a TV, you didn't have to worry about this, by the way. Like, nobody's worried about this. This is what makes it funny, even funnier, because these are the people that don't have a TV, man. So, all right, after I scanned him and that junk came back, I was like, possibility on his first bid. I'm like, like, you know, got to put that in the mental a little bit if I don't never forget that, because, like, I never really like did no la-la with him. He didn't mess with the la-la, but he came in there and drunk with us before, and that's what came around my mind. Like, yo, he hit my cup. He hit that cup one time, man. I felt freaking crazy, but at the end of the day, my scanner didn't give me a direct hit. It said maybe back on his first bid. So, like, possibility game. That's all I needed to hear. So at the end of the day, though, even with that being said, though, I'ma still hold him down if somebody try to bank him, man. But more than likely, it's not gonna be nobody about to bank him, man. So he just talking all crazy in the pod. And as he just keep going on in the pod, the old head Frank stood up, was like, man, listen, man, you selling wolf tickets. He told him straight. That jump was so funny because it was like an old head argument. he told Jimbo, he said, man, you selling wolf tickets. Yeah, come on, man, you selling wolf tickets, man. Jimbo said, I ain't selling no wolf ticket. I ain't see, you can find out if I'm selling wolf tickets. He was like, man, you selling wolf tickets, man. Yeah. Turned his head on him like, yeah, you selling wolf tickets, man. Yeah, you keep selling wolf tickets, man. I ain't got time for that, man. You selling wolf tickets, man. I told you what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Yeah. Jimbo was like, man, look, I already told you, man. I ain't watching that, man. I ain't watching that, man. I'm gonna let you know now. I ain't watching that. I ain't watching that. Frank said, what you gonna do then? He did like a real old head move. That joint looked crazy. He was sitting on top of the table. The table got like 8 little seats. And then it's like a long table. It's 3 of them. You know what I mean? Then there's the other little small tables behind those. But he's sitting at the long table by the TV, of course, but sideways because the tables go sideways. So he's sitting like looking at the TV sideways. He had his butt on the table. He like, man, we'll do something about it then. Come on. Come on. What's up? What's up then? What's up then? He kept moving his arms like this. What's up then, shawty? Come on. What's up? What's up? What's up then? Man, Jimbo got up. Jimbo was like, man, yo, sell of mine. Man, you ain't saying nothing. You try to hog the TV anyway. Frank said, you be hogging the TV. You be hogging the TV. You want to watch Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. You the only one on Lawrenceville to still watch the stories. He was like, how I'm the only one on Lawrenceville to still watch the stories? Well, there's other dudes and I know in this pod that watch the stories. He said, they got TVs. I was like, oh my God. He stole Jimbo with that one. I'm like, I had to laugh. He said, they got TVs, y'all. So boom. You got a point, man. You can't tell a man he can't watch the stories in his cell. Maybe if you had your own TV, you can watch the TV in your cell, Jumbo, man. But I ain't say that. I stayed out of his madness because that's what this is right here. This is madness right here, man. Over BS, man. This is the dumbest beef ever, man. I never saw nothing like this before in my life, man. This is the dumbest beef in the world, man. So they going back and forth. Jimbo told him, your cell or mine. Dude said, nigga, well, I'll go in your cell. Jimbo slept all the way in the back behind the steps, kind of across from the Richmond dude I was telling y'all about, but just on the other side. So Jimbo was like, yeah, we could go on my cell. When he said that, I look at Jimbo. I said, Jimbo, you sure? He was like, yeah, I got it. Yeah. Man, nephew, I go, nephew. I was like, all right, man, I'm just trying to make sure, man. I was like, man, look, man. You know what I mean? As I see Jimbo going to his cell, moving boxes. He talking to me at the same time, but he going his cell, move boxes. He grabbing his stuff. He about to put on his roommate's sneakers because he ain't got no damn property yet. He about to put on his roommate's sneakers for he won't be sliding all around the damn floor in them damn Abraham Lincoln low tops. He got damn going to get his roommate's sneakers as he doing all of that. I'm like, yo, Jimbo, look, man. He like, what? I'm like, man, look. I said, bro, you sure you ready to fight over Maury Povich, man? This will be the dumbest fight in the planet Earth or prison. He said, man, forget that, man. Niggas fight all the time over the TV and ate a lamb, Weezy. Yeah, man, this how it go down, man. Yeah, he think cause I'm old, man. Nah, forget that, man. He think cause he big, man. Nah, forget that, man. Nah, yeah. Watch out, nephew. I was like, man, this you really about to fight? He was like, yeah. So I looked up. I seen the other 2 Richmond dudes talking to Frank, trying to calm him down, of course. Frank ain't trying to hear that. So they like, dude walked over there. He was like, man, we said, yo, dude gonna fight, man. I was like, man, say he gonna fight, man. I said, you gonna fight, man? He was like, yeah. Tell him come in here and write. Come on, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Come on, I'm ready. I'm looking at him like, I was like, man, he say he gonna fight, man. So my homeboys around, he like, you about to fight for real? I'm like, yeah. He like, man, I gotta see what Jimbo could do. Man. I promise you, man. Frank was like, as soon as the dude told Frank was like, he started walking over there like a freaking washed up boxer. He was like, he started walking over that jump. He get in the cell. As soon as they get in the cell, that's all you heard when they clapped. That jump was like, that jump was super slow motion fight. That jump was like, you heard a punch every now and then. That jump was like, slow motion as hell. Like, Frank was like, Jimbo was like, do a slow motion, goddamn, nigga. Frank threw some shit. Shit was slow as hell.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.